And so the double-mindedness too. And shout out to Gavin Dees, you know what I'm saying? I got some of this clarity from God speaking through that brother, you know what I'm saying? And so I believe this is more contagious and it's more of a problem. See, sometimes we're saying the devil's job, life's job is to try to get you to focus on something that's not really the problem. Somebody else is not always the problem. You know what I'm saying? And what I'll be the last one to tell you that it's just it's somebody else's fault because we have a role to play in it. You know what I'm saying? And it's our job to humble ourselves and ask God, what role did I play in this not going right or that not going right? And God will tell you something that he'll show you that it's not their fault. It's because at the end of the day, we was desperate. AB, you was desperate. You know what I'm saying? You're unhealed. You struggle with abandonment issues. Oh, Miss, Kathy, Miss, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You struggle with this. You don't want to be you don't want to be alone. You know what I'm saying? And all these things need to be confronted and ask God for grace and the strength to do it. You know what I'm saying? So, how do we break this? Because this is more contagious than we think. Are we a hoe or are we a wife? Are we a pimp or are we a husband? You know what I mean? Are you a blood or are you a crib? You know what I'm saying? Are you a witch or are you a Christian? It starts with little decisions. No room for an ex, dog. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we're moving forward, even if we gotta be single. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Start with just food. No, I don't want to go to McDonald's. I for sure don't want McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? And it's not just figuring out what you don't want and all this and that, but I think it starts with just little stuff. No, I don't want Old Spice. I'm going with Speed. You know what I'm saying? Deodorant. It starts with something small and sticking with it. Like, no, worst come to worst. No, I'm not going to get Old Spice. I'll just wait or go get another deodorant. Just figure out. I think it does start with figuring out what you're not going to do. You know what I'm saying? And because other than that, if you don't stand for, you're going to eventually fall for no matter what. I swear to my her, I'm not going to go back on drugs. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go back to cripping. You know what I mean? Like Pac-Man said, I promise not to turn the easy route. I promise not to turn to drugs and and take the easy route. He said that in FUN. When he was talking about Nipsey Hussle, you know what I'm saying? So it starts with little stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, you know what? I'm not going to cuss you out. You don't like me. You slander me. It's okay. I'm just going to choose to do God's will, even